now in a much steeper area, bigger pockets, and much clearer water. So it's going to be much more finessey. I think I'm going to try to see if I can't get them again, crankbait, chatterbait, but then I threw on a shaky head. Still trying the wacky head worm, although I ought to give up on that, to be honest with you. And then I threw on a mag draft just for grins and giggles. So let's get after it, see if we can't get anything. There's a little cattywampus, isn't it? Cattywampus. Guess we're gonna be off this way for a little bit. So we'll try. We'll see how this works. Start with the shaky head. Just got a little craw on there. I love shaky heads. It's like the simple pleasures in life. You know, such a simple bait, and when they're on it, they just absolutely destroy the dang thing. And it's also something that you can move kind of quickly because it gets down to the bottom, and starts moving. Hey Siri, set a timer for 15 minutes. All right, we got our timer set. Let's go. Let's go. But yeah, visibility is easily 2 or 3 feet. And I'm going to try to get out of the wind here in a second. Hopefully this crankbait will be okay for where I'm fishing. It's a little bit translucent. It's a shallow diver, but the fish that I've been getting lately have been up in the water column. I looked at the weather. We're gonna get a storm here a little bit before I was planning on leaving, so I'll probably leave a little bit early. Just lightning and aluminum boats don't seem to go very well together. Who's calling and interrupting my fish? Oh, man! Don't call me and interrupt a fish bite, man. Uh-oh. Hello? Hey. Oh, okay. No, that sounds good. What time did you get it? Okay, that sounds great. Thank you so much for letting me know. Oh, okay. Okay. Bye. Kids' schools. So had a fish on for a second. It looked like a small bass. But that again, is we're 2/3 of the way back in this pocket. So I mean, and again, it looked like it was coming up as it got real shallow. I got some grass. Let's try that shaky hit. Just real quick. Darn phone calls. That's something. Dang it. That felt like a bluegill. They take a leg? No. My poor little crawdad. Yeah, but I really like a shaky head. They just seem to not get hung. Although I'm hoping I'm not going to jinx myself, but they seem just not to get hung as frequently as certainly like Ned rigs, and you can fish them. It feels like a little bit faster than Ned's, but. Oh. I missed that bite. These have got to be like little bluegill. Ow. The fish hooks are sharp. Okay, all right. Oh, wow. Boy, that was nuts. There's something maybe on there for a second. Here, hold on. And then it popped up. It felt like a snag, but that was a little bass. So I think it must have gotten snagged. I popped it up and went after it. It was pretty funny. Oh, gosh. That was not. Okay, let's go to something a little bit faster. This type of fishing makes me a little crazy. A little stir crazy. It's the wrong setup for it anyway. Let's go back to crankbait has just been working so well. Some dirt shallow. A rock right there. No, nothing, huh? It's pretty shallow back in here too, so I'm hoping something may just come up off the bottom and just smack it. Let's start moving again. The two bass that I've seen back in here were really small, probably like non-scoreable, 8 inches, very, very, very small. And what I may do is I may just throw the shaky head or the wacky rig up around there. It looks like there's some mud flats coming up, and so I may just throw them in there. Although I may not. Sometimes I just want to move and cover some water and see if we can't get anything. But I'm out at Lake Maumelle today, which is just west of Little Rock, Arkansas. Water temperature's like 65 degrees. The water level obviously is very, very low. We've had just a real dry spring. Not much in the way of snowfall this year. Although not that that would have stayed around too long, but it has just been. I don't know what that was. It just has been a real dry set of months that we're having. So if y'all got some rain, send it my way. Goodness knows we could use it. Nothing in there. Well, let's try that shaky head again. Or a jig. See if there's not anything bigger back in there. Ooh. Oh, I hate that when you reel it up and it feels like a fish for a second. You get that little pop. There we go. Look, I actually skipped it. We've got that wacky rig. I'll just try that for a couple casts real quick and then we'll keep moving. I'm not even going to bother trying to skip this thing, man. That would be a disaster. Yeah, that's what I figured. Nope. I said I wasn't going to try to skip it. Okay, all right, let's keep moving. Let's keep moving. Back finder baits. Probably gonna be, this bank looks a little bit steeper, so I'm gonna use something a little bit heavier in my chatterbait. Going the wrong way. Going the wrong way. Surprises everybody. I'm going to try to stay kind of close in, try to keep it in where at least these last couple of fish were biting. Oof, thought I had something for a second. God. Man, is that 15 minutes already? Crazy. Time flies when you're having fun. I think we kind of keep going. Hey Siri, set a timer for 15 minutes. 15 minutes. That's funny. You can hear people working construction. Okay, so that's no bites. No bites. So this rocky bank, I'm just going to try the crankbait for a little bit. Again, that hybrid hunter, it looks a little shallower. Hoping, you know, maybe that'll stay in the strike zone for a little bit. I don't really want to tie on anything else because I'm lazy. This rocky bank though, man, it feels, it seems like I ought to get something down here, but we'll see. Rock is probably too big for the shaky head would be my guess. Just it looks like stuff that the shaky head would get stuck in. Grass. Keep coming over fat grass. That's what, 3 in a row? Over. Little log right there. Oh, I just bumped it. Saw a fish for a second. I'd love to get one on the chatterbait. It's just fun bite. lefty. Gonna need you to come inshore, sir. It's gonna get a little bit windier again as we get around this corner. Okay. I don't know, that visibility is easily 3 feet, which is probably too much visibility for what I'm trying to do. My first time really fishing the call shad or any really big swim jig. I think it's like a 8-inch. The rod that I have it on is probably like a little underpowered for sure, but that's what I had. Big log. Shallower than I thought it was going to be. Boy, that was like the same cast, 2 casts in a row. Not very efficient. Nada. Bigger chatbait, or we could try the only thing. I mean, I did get a couple bites on this. Shaky head. Shaky head? I think how windy it is. Something to bite. A bass, practically. There we go. That was 100% a bluegill. Boy, there's a big dead fish. Hung up. Look at that shaky head for hanging in there. I think what I'm gonna do is come back around this corner. It was the wind-blown corner on the other pocket that I got a couple fish on, and I'll try that. And then if that's not working, then it's time to go and do something else. Feels like a crankbait. Feels like it ought to be a crankbait, but maybe not. Something jumped around. This next thing looks pretty good, but you know, it's always so hard. It's like they always all look really good. Yeah, so that's grass. Okay. Love the grass, but that was a bite. Minutes and no bite. Ugh. This is bad. Going too slow. All right, so big question. Move and go somewhere else? That's 30 minutes and a couple really small fish. I think I move and go somewhere else at this point. This will be like a choose your own fishing adventure. I think that's what I'm gonna do. Is just pack up and go. Because, I mean, 30 minutes in one spot and not getting anything, it feels like it's time to go. Feels like it's time to go somewhere else. And plus, we're starting to run a little bit short on time. So yeah, okay. All right, so I think, that was 30 minutes running into one deep pocket and then one flat, long, rocky stretch with just a couple of small bites, no fish. So, man, I don't know. I think that means it's time to go somewhere else. I'll probably pause this for a second and come back when I've moved over someplace new. This thing is so finding joy on this journey. Hello, liked and good luck. Thank you so much. Main girl, 207 fishing physician. Fishing nurse over here. Awesome. Who's working today? If you and I are out fishing, who's working? Thank you guys so much for watching. This is just kind of fun. Enjoy doing this. So if y'all have any suggestions, any questions, things like that, just let me know and we'll go on and try someplace else. How do we pause this? Okay, pause. Try another bank, or oh no. All right, let's go ahead and end this. All right, just got a message from my wife. I need to go and probably help out at the house and everything, but really wanted to thank you all so much for watching. I kind of enjoyed doing this. I know I only caught those 2 fish earlier on and had a couple bites, but wasn't sure what I was going to get being out here in the middle of the day after a little bit of a cold front blew through. So I'll definitely be doing it again. But yeah, thank you guys very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it and hope you all have good days. Bye now.